Hi guys, welcome to Crypto Bin 101, the home of value and good information when it comes to cryptocurrency trading and investment in general. From Trump announcing that he's going to run for the United States president come 2024 to SBF tweeting a lot of shit or a lot of, I don't know what I'll call it, on Twitter and telling people the company might be filing for bankruptcy, but they've got some assets, and he regretted ever filing for such because now that means someone is going to be in control of his assets and he won't be able to get investment to trade back and cover the hole he created in FTX or Alameda Research. What has that got to do on the show today? How is it affecting the chart? I'm going to be dissecting and analyzing all of that for you on this beautiful show today. And I bet you do not want to go anywhere and miss all of this action. If you're new to this channel, this is where we give you value and good information. We analyze the chart, we take a look at the market watch, we take a look at the economic calendar, and take a look at the sentiment that is going on in the world of crypto trading and investment in general. And if you're interested in that, you might want to subscribe to the channel, like and share, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. All right, my name is Ahmed Oladimeji Kazim, and welcome to the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we do not gamble it. And I mean, we do not gamble it. Yes, we don't gamble on this show. We analyze the market. We tell you when you need to get into the market. We tell you when you need to stay away from the market. We tell you when you need to possibly take profit or even just leave your trade to roll on. And everything we do on this show is not financial advice, but anyway, it's just for educational purpose. So you and I can be financially free, talking about cryptocurrency trading and investment in general. And right now we can see BTC is trading at 16,581. And what have we been seeing from BTC? We've been seeing BTC just moving up and down due to what has been happening in the economy and the news that have been coming out. But how do we go around it, or how do we profit from it, is what I'll be sharing to you on this show shortly. But first of all, let's take a look at this. We can see yesterday breaking news: Donald Trump, who tried to overthrow the results of the 2020 presidential election and inspired the deadly riots at the Capitol. We all know that, in a desperate attempt to keep himself in power, has fled to run for president again come in 2024. And this is not surprise. We know all this is going to come up. But how and what has this got to do to cryptocurrency? We know he was saying a lot of things. It's not, I'm not going to say it's anti-crypto, but he's not really believing something like that. And is the regime going to affect us again, or we're going to see something that is going to make us feel bad or something? We're going to, because we know during his tenure, crypto suffered a lot. Crypto never make again until 2020, when we start to see crypto appreciating and all of that. And that was even after he lost the election. But is this one going to, or if he wins again, is it going to affect the crypto space and all of that? We'll get to know in the future by the time he start doing his campaign and all of that. And I think we need to be careful, because this man started a trade war with China in 2019, and that made a lot of people lose billions of dollars in stock, commodities, and all of that. But we need to watch out for what will be coming out of that. And from there, we can now see that a lot of things are coming out regarding Sam Bankman-Fried, Voyager shocked, and by FTX bankruptcy as crypto lender searches for another buyer. We all know they were trying to acquire Voyager, and after that they bid, and they won the bid for 25 billion, and they were even going for Celsius before this saga started happening. We can now see again new FTX CEO distance company from SBI after controversial DMs surface. And also we can see Coachella NFT sold for 1.5 million US dollars, and now they are stuck on FTX. Bahamas regulator wants to control FTX bankruptcy proceedings, and we can see a lot of news affecting or causing kind of fraud in the crypto space regarding this thing that has happened for a couple of days or going to 2 weeks now, talking about Sam Bankman-Fried, CEO and co-founder of FTX and Alameda Research fraud or scam that people are talking about out there. We can even see that uh, Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen saying FTX meltdown shows need for more effective oversight on crypto. Is this true? Yes, because we've all been talking about regulation. We all agree that there should be a regulation. We don't want anybody to control crypto, yes, but we need regulations whereby probably for you to be an exchange. Exchanger or open an exchange company, you need to have some you need to meet up with some requirement. So in case of all these things, customers or consumer asset money will be saved and they can get something back, if not all. And we can now see SBF came on Twitter and he first tweeted what, and everybody was like, what is wrong with this guy? What is he saying? And from tweeting what, it turns to what happened. That was what he ended up tweeting. It turns to what happened. You can see the thread right here. And it was so long because he now tried to explain all what happened, that they still have some asset, they still have some liquid. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I feel like this FTX meltdown, because I can now see US regulation and some committee are not even looking into Binance now to see the reason why Binance took that move or made that move to bring down FTX, you understand? Because like I said it earlier on, the whole thing is bad for the crypto space. I'm not saying what FTX did was right, but at the same time, we shouldn't now pull ourselves down just because we want to dominate the market or make the market monopoly. I won't support that, you understand? But we're going to see all those things in the next future, and we can see there's a lot of things to read about the trade. You can check it out if you're interested. But basically, what he was saying is consumer is the most or the utmost priority for him right now. He needs to do good by them and is going to raise money and make sure all consumers are fine. So probably they can get all their withdrawals and it's going to see how the company or how it moves on from there. And we're going to see a lot of that. You can see let me check one of the important tweets I read from him yesterday. He said, I know you all have seen this, but here is where things stand today. Roughly speaking, liquid is minus 8 billion US dollars. They are minus, no doubt about that. Semi-liquid is what? Plus 5.5 billion US dollars. And illiquid is 3.5 million US. And yeah, maybe that 9 billion liquid M2M isn't worth 9 billion because they have plus 1 billion net. So I think it's just coming out to show people. And I believe, that was a tweet he tweeted some times ago saying, uh, he was forced because they even told him not to speak because he was thinking he was going to get help with Binance and all of that. And Binance came out and just said they are no longer interested in the company or bailing him out. And we can see he even tweeted as saying a few weeks ago, FTX was handling 10 billion per day of volume and billions of transfers. But there was too much leverage, more than I realized. A run on the bank and market crash exhausted liquidity. So what can I try to do? Raise liquidity, make consumer whole, and restart. So I think this guy is just looking for a way to get himself back on track and do the right thing. And even though it's not going to be the same thing again, because everyone now don't want to affiliate himself with him. We've seen people taking their poster out, canceling their deals, removing them from sponsorship and all of that. And I believe that has been uh, the story, and that will be the story that will rock the crypto space for some time. We know how Terra Luna was rocking the crypto space when it happened, Three Arrows when it happened, Voyagers when it happened, even BlockFi when it happened. And now FTX, how many are we going to experience in a year? But let's see what's going to happen come 2023 because we believe the bull run is around the corner. And speaking about the bull run, let's check out what the chart looks like right now this morning. You see, the chart is looking pretty because I tell you, no matter what you're reading online or no matter what you uh, uh, reading on the mainstream or watching, just go to your chart. The chart is going to interpret what is really going to happen or what is really transparent, because we know there's a lot of fraud out there. There's a lot of things they just want to spread, so you'll be scared and you don't want to partake in the game. And the moment they see that, okay, you've sold all your assets, they buy everything back, market starts skyrocketing and you want to jump in. Yesterday, I told you we need to put our buy stop above 17,150 to 17,200. We have not been able to break that zone. So we are still in the same circle or in the same range, talking about movement since 2 days now. And also, I told you you need to put your sell stop below 16,150. We have not even gotten there. So if you have the setup, since I've told you, the setup have not been activated. And sometimes in crypto, you need to be patient because you don't want to rush into the market and the market go the right direction. That's why on this channel, we check the chart and we'll tell you as it is. We'll let you know. Do not get into the game. And you know, I told you yesterday, if you're a trader, or let's say a scalper or someone that wants just to be am I going to call it trailing some movement, I told you could sell below 16,600, and you can see we broke below 16,600 and we've been creating a kind of structure, and probably maybe we're going to touch this 16,150 zone and the market will start appreciating back, because I'm seeing what I'm seeing right here. Let me show you. Number one, we have a descending triangle, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I was expecting a breakout. We broke out of the trend line, you understand, but we did not see volume to push it higher. That shows that there's no buyer in the market, even though the trading or the pattern shows a clear signal that the market needs to break out. That's number one. Now, on the lower time frame, we are now seeing another symmetric triangle forming out. And when you see something like this is my 1, my 2, my 3, my 4. Sometimes I expect my 5 to fake out. Get it right. 1, 2, 3. Expect my 5. Fake out. Come back. So what I'm expecting today, or what we might likely experience today, might be something like this. A fake out, maybe to mitigate this 17,100. Don't break it. Then come down back to mitigate this 16,150. Then immediately we break any of this zone. 16,150 or 150 to 250, we need to take a buy. And if we break it down, we need to take a short. That's what I'm expecting today if we're going to see some volume coming into the market. But if the market will continue ranging, I think we're just going to be seeing the market moving up and down. But now, whenever we have a symmetric triangle like this, and this is our first edge, which is our 1, 2, 3, 4, we always have our 5. And sometimes we might have the 4 and the 5 will just break out. Not doing to do the 5 fake out, come back to retest, then continue going up. Sometimes it will just fake out. And if we fail to do that, what we normally experience sometimes, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have a 4, then we have the market move to maybe 50%. And if I test this for you, I can categorically tell you this will be 50%. Let us confirm it. You see, I'm right. You can see this is 50%. And whenever we see 50% like this, sometimes in a symmetric triangle, the market might come down to break it. And that is what we call manipulation, because they know a lot of people are expecting for the market to break out. And when you now look at the confluences now, it will now make sense. Let me go to higher time frame. Sorry, my chart looks, but that's how I analyze. But sorry, I'm going to show you now. Let me show you what I want to show you right now. You can see we have the descending triangle, which shows we need a breakout. We didn't have the breakout yet. So now on the lower time frame now, we now have a symmetric triangle. And the symmetric triangle too shows a breakout. So what are we expecting? We're expecting that the moment we fail to break 16,150 and we break all this structure, I believe it's going to be a buy. And if it is a buy, that means the structure here continues, which is now 1, 2, and we'll be expecting to have our 3 above 18,000 plus. Do you get it? So that's what I'm looking at. I'm not telling you that the fundamental news and all those data coming out are not important. They are important. You understand? Because we're going to put all of them together. But your chart is what is going to tell you. You understand? This is my fortune teller. That's how I call it. You understand? Because when you come to see, it's going to tell you what's going to happen in future. So what I'm expecting now is we've seen a retrace of 50%. So we're expecting the market to come down, and if it comes down and break, that means they didn't let the breakout to happen. And that now confirms the breakout we didn't have from the descending triangle and at the same time from a symmetric triangle. And that's two confluences which are powerful trading patterns. And if we fail to, how am I going to call it? Validate those patterns, definitely we're going the other direction. And if we're going to go the other direction, that means we're going to see BTC probably breaking the 16,150. And if you're not in the market, you can take a shot there, and probably we're not going to see BTC going to 14K, 12K, or thereabout. It depends. So right now, what do you now need to do today? I'm going to tell you what you need to do, where you need to get into the market. But before we do that, let's take a look. Excuse me. Let's take a look at the market watch and see what news we're expecting today, so we can have a clear understanding on where the market will move towards today. So right now, let's take a look at today's economic calendar, and will be AUD employment change and unemployment rate has come out and is better than expected. That's good news for Aussie dollar. And now we're expecting FOMC bullets peak in United States. Philly Fed manufacturing index will be coming out too in United States today, and we're going to see some semi-important news. You can see all these orange, they're important, but they're not as important as anyone you see, or all those ones you see in red. You understand? So we'll be expecting the ECB president to speak, and also the existing home sales. These are data investors, trading analysts, and all these people put together to now conclude what the economy is looking at and how they can see the growth, the interest rate, the CPI, the core CPI, and all of that, the PPI index affecting the economy, and it will now bring the decision of what they're going to do, place a trade or not place a trade. But we've seen all these things now, and and tomorrow we're going to be seeing all these retail sales, ECB speak existing on Friday. But with all these things now, it's not going to come back to the chart, and we're going to see the interpretation. Why the interpretation we're seeing on the chart now, to me, it's still valid. We have a structure here. We have a structure here. We break the structure. We have another structure. Now, inside between these and these, we are now having a structure that didn't finish. But in case we break this zone, you see, in case we break this 15,800 to 15,600, it's a continuation of downtrend. So what I'm saying is the chart is still in a good, or the normal way it's supposed to go according to technical analysis. You get what I'm trying to say? So I don't see the reason why all these frauds, all these mainstream news, all those things, you need to fall for them and you don't do the right by the book. And that's why I tell you, you need to stick to a channel like this, because no matter news, no matter what comes out, we come to the chart, we analyze it, and we use it to educate you, and you use your own discretion to take your trade, because nothing is financial advice on this show. So what are we now expecting today? What I'm expecting to see today is, now we've seen some structure now being, let me delete this so it doesn't look too much clustered somehow. So now we have what am I going to call it? We have a trend line coming down from, since we broke 16,800, because this is a structure. I have my own form of how I normally know when the market is downtrend, and I saw it here, created there. Then we have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4. I'm expecting 5 to form, and if the 5 fails to break this 16,300, we might see it push up. And because the descending triangle on a higher time frame was invalidated, we could see the same thing with this ascending triangle on a lower time frame be invalidated. And if it happens like that, what are we expecting? We're expecting to see the market dip down. So how are you not going to do it so you don't get caught in the middle, or you are not being chasing the market up and down? It's simple. Stick to the plan. That's just the simple. Stick to the plan. And what's the plan? put your buy stop above 17,150, your sell stop below 16,150. But if you feel like as a trader, you know how to calculate your risk reward and you know how to put your stop loss and all of that, you can continue trailing this trend because this is not forming a trend in a lower time frame that will grow into a higher time frame. Because you see, we create a structure here, we didn't break above here, we broke here, we create another structure, there's possibility we're going to break here, and if we break here, there's possibility we might come to test this point, then now see if we're going to break it. If you fail to break it, we might see this thing now forming a kind of W, and I've seen it so much time. It will come like this, then you see that long and continue. So you need to be careful when you're placing your trade today. But if you just follow the simple rules, I don't think you need to be scared or don't know what you need to do in the market. So if you're a trader and you want to follow the trend, you might now put your buy stop, your sell stop below 16,300. That means you're getting in early, but you need to use your risk reward. And you can now put your buy stop above 16,760. That is, if you're a trader and you have experience and talking about trading the structure coming down like that, because sometimes this structure continues like that and it can go for 3,000 points, 2,000 points. But as an investor and or maybe you still have a buy, when do you need to get into the market? We must break above 17,150. And when do you need to short? You will get out of the market using your stop market. It must be below 16,150. So pretty cool since I've been predicting the market. The market has still been the same. It has not break above 17 and it has not break below 16. So we are in between that 1,000 movement, just going up and down. But in a lower time frame, it's been forming a structure. And I do not neglect structure, guys, because structure shows us that there's now a turning point in. Sometimes there might be manipulations, and that's why you use your stop loss. Because when they manipulate the first time, second time, they don't manipulate all the time. It's just once in a while to grab liquidity and they release the market to go wherever they want wherever they want it to go. It's as simple as that. So today, if you're a trader and you want to get into the market quickly, you can put your short below 16,300 and your buy above 16,700, but use your risk reward. But as an investor or trading through spot trader, I think you just need to wait. Let us break above 17K comfortably, then we know probably we'll be moving to 18, 20, 2,500 or above. And if you're in the market and you're looking for a way where to exit, the moment we break below 16K, please, you need to exit the market. Not financial advice by any way, just for educational purpose, but we've been right now. More than 99.9% if you don't want to use 100%. And we're using this as educational purpose to enlighten and teach all of us so we can both be crypto billionaire, if not crypto millionaire. So that's that on BTC, and that's what you need to look at. Let's check out the second dominant in the market, which is Mr. Demerge. Let's check out Mr. Demerge quickly. Excuse me. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, you might want to do that right now, because this is where we give value and good information, and you do not want to miss any of our videos, you understand? Because this is where you get the truth about what's going on in the industry. This is where you get the truth about the chart analysis. This is where you know whatever you need to know concerning cryptocurrency trading and investment in general. Yesterday, I drew this line down. I told you ETH2 is doing the same thing like BTC, and you can see we have a structure here, we broke here, come down here. Then we have a long one here creating our 1, our 2. We've not seen a breakout to break our 3, so it's basically the same thing. And I can tell you, if I draw a descending triangle out here, I might get almost the same thing with BTC. Or here, you see the same thing, descending triangle. And you can see we can start from here. It depends on where you want to start, but I think I can start from it. But this is where I have the first edge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Definitely, if we fail to break out, we might see the market coming down from the day. So what you need to do today is very simple. Stick to the chart. You can see it's been creating structure like BTC 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm expecting it to do 5, and it fails to break in, which is 1,001, and you go ahead. But what did I tell you yesterday? I said you need to short BTC if you break below 1002, and you can see if you short, I said BTC, sorry, ETH. If you short it now, you can see you should be almost at par, because it break below, you go up then. So I feel like ETH might continue coming down. And where do you need to buy? You need to buy above 1300. 1300, perfect buy for investor, but for trader you can get into all these structures we're seeing. But for investors, you need to get in at 1000, above 1290, and probably if you're holding it now, I will advise you to get out of the market, because it's already breaking this structure here, and it's not creating any structure that will see that might push it up. So we might see the market falling off. So if you see anything breaking 1,171, or even though you're not, you left the market at 1,002, that's still a good sign. You don't need to FOMO in buy. Just let's wait. Let's see if this is going to bottom out. Probably going to test this 1,070 buy. Then we look for buy around that zone. So ETH has broken 1,000. 200 that I told you yesterday, and I'm expecting it to continue falling down till we're going to have a grip, and we're going to have a structure that's going to show buyback. You understand? So we need to be careful. Just stick to the plan. You do not need to rush, because if you're rushing, definitely you might lose your asset and throw your money down the drain. So you need to be patient, and what will happen will eventually come to play at the end of the game. So that's that on ETH. Let's check out Dogecoin. Like we all know, Dogecoin was mooning yesterday. Dogecoin was doing some numbers, but I told you I'm expecting Dogecoin to come back to what? To come back to 0.05. And you can see we've been seeing this squeeze. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and is not able to even break above it. Yesterday when I was recording, it was around 0.09. I told you we might just see it touching and then we see it start coming down, and you can see it's been falling. So what are we going to do with Dogecoin 2? I think Dogecoin 2 will just come falling off below 0.07, and maybe we're not going to reach our target, which is 0.05. So if you take my trade and you short it from, I gave you the signal here that the moment we broke or we break below 0.13, you should short it. Imagine how much you're making since then, because to me it's still a sell. You see, about 47%, about from almost 50% you'll be making if you short it, and I think that's good money for you. So that's that on Dogecoin. Let's check out what is now happening in the market to know how this market cap is doing, or how they've been reacting, talking about dominance and all of that in the market. And if you have any chart you want us to look at, I've always been saying it on this channel, you might want to comment down in the comment section and tell us what you want to what you want us to look at. We're going to take a look at it, analyze it, and give you feedback, or even talk about it on the show. And you might want to comment down in the comment section talking about the shows, what you like about the shows, or what you would love us to include in the show. And if you've not subscribed to the channel, please do that right now. You can. All right, so now let's take a look at the market watch, and we can now see the market cap is sitting at 865 billion, and on the sister side we can see it's sitting at 829 billion. So we are still above 800 billion market cap, and 24 hours volume has been 60 billion, and on this too is close to 60 billion. You can see it. And also talking about BTC dominant 36.8 and ETH 16.9 over here, and on the sister side 38.3 and 17.8 depending on the data they have on their website. And we can see FTT is still trending. It's been down 5% in the last 24 hours. Solana down 1.8% in the last 4 hours, and Matic, which is Polygon ecosystem, their token Matic has been down 7% in the last 24 hours. But let's go to the table and see what's going on. We can now see right now Bitcoin is trading at 16,556 and it's been down 1.27% in the last 7 days, 1.63% in the last 24 hours, and ETH is trading at 1210 and it's been down for about 2.88% in the last 24 hours and 6% appreciated in the last 7 days. And we can see Dogecoin appreciated 3.4% in the last 7 days, down 3.24% in the last 24 hours, and 0.36% in the last 1 hour. Solana down 6.17% in the last 7 days, and down also about 1.83% in the last 24 hours. And all of them are trying to appreciate in the last 1 hour, talking about 0 point something, 0 point something. Let's check the coin. Talking about the coins on that top 100, just to know some coins that are doing. HOT has been standing there at 1 hour for some time now and it's still standing there. Ravecoin too has been within that range, but now we are seeing Bitcoin Gold coming up to 103, moving back from 110, 112 to 106, and we can see Theta Fuel at 1112, Terra Luna down back to 116, and Cardena keep going down, is not even at 130. So these are the coin on the top 100. Let's check out some cryptocurrency, talking about the most cryptocurrency collected. Talking about NFT collection. Let's see the top 10, and we can see CryptoPunk is now at number 1. Already for other side at number 2. We can see Azuki at number 5, made it back to top 10. Doodoo still making it in top 10, sitting at number 8. And Cool Cat is back on top 10, guys, and is sitting at number 10. And we can see Pudgy Penguin at number 9. So these are top 10 NFT collection. Before you put your money on any project, make sure you do your own research, you understand the roadmap, the tokenomics, and people behind it, so you do not fall victim to all these scammers. And this is not financial advice. Use your own discretion, and always invest what you can afford to lose in all these crypto projects. All right, that's that on Market Watch. And now shout out to Instacash for sponsoring the show. If you want to sell your Bitcoin, you want to buy Bitcoin, I can tell you they're fast, efficient, and they are reliable. You might want to trade with them. You can write them on the WhatsApp or even make an order online. They're going to respond immediately. And talking about training, learning how to trade and all of that, you might want to visit www.instacashfs.com as well and apply for free training over here, and you'll be called in batches and you can gain all this free and juicy knowledge at the end of the day. We said it, from Trump announcing we want to run for presidency, to seeing a lot of news about FTX, and all this saga continues. And now see SBF now showing a lot of things. I think the chart is still showing what we want to know, like I said on the show. So if you've not subscribed to the channel, you might want to do that right now. Subscribe, like, and share, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell so you can be the first to get all this juicy content and great information we're passing on this great platform, Crypto Bean 101, where you get good information and value for your money. I still remain myself, Ahmed Oladimeji Kazeem. Until I catch you on another wonderful episode of the Bitcoin and Breakfast Show, where we trade it and we don't gamble it. Peace out.